so basically, that movie was the most like scariest thing I've ever watched in my life. I did a report on it, just basically trying to communicate to my teacher how kind of shocking was stuff like that, and how bad this kind of time of life was, and how much I would have.
So I'm guessing it was a slavery movie.
Yeah, it's slavery.
Okay, yeah.
And cool, Amistad, and basically, I'm in year 8. I must have wrote 2,000 words in year 8. You know what I'm saying? And then from there on, I promised myself I'm never gonna watch another slavery film. I educate myself on everything that happened in slavery, stuff like that. You know, everything like from, you know, what I mean, the final day, emancipation, Juneteenth, all that stuff about American slavery, stuff like that, and global kind of like the slave trade and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I'm never gonna watch. The only time I went against that was I watched Django Unchained because of Quentin Tarantino. I couldn't not watch a Quentin Tarantino film. That's the only exception I've ever made.
Yeah, Django had a slight twist to it. But these slave films, man, it's just, I don't know. Like, I didn't go bother watch, what's the one with Chiwetel Ejiofor?
12 Years a Slave.
I didn't go bother watching that.
Yeah.
Or not. Like, a lot of these movies, bro, I don't know.
It's too upsetting. It's just too upsetting to watch.
And, yeah, it just feels weird Hollywood trying so hard to profit off those kind of movies as well, to me. I don't know what
crazy,
it is.
Yeah. Even Barry Jenkins, he made...
Like make a documentary about it, yeah, that's fine. But I don't think any director should be, especially if you're not black. No director should be going around saying, yeah, I want to make this type of movie. Yeah. That's too much, man. I don't know. It's not for me, at least, anymore.
Yeah, I've never had any interest in those movies, man. Like, they haven't excited me. Like, I'm going to watch a movie.
Pissed off for 2 hours, like.
Yeah.
Just upset, just sad.
Yeah.
2 hours.
It doesn't excite me, innit? There's nothing in there that I'm like, I can't wait to see, or that's gonna surprise me.
And even worse, like knowing that like a watered down version is kind of happening in present day.
Good point.
Yeah. Stuff like that. It just kind of just like bums you out. You watch movies to be entertained. You know what I mean? To be inspired, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I can't watch them type of movies anymore. I'm kind of, whenever I see now, like, oh, it's a movie about whatever in the 1930s and 20s and all of that, I'm just like, nah, cool. Or even the 1800s before that and stuff, I'm just like, nah.
To be fair, I could get into stuff like that. Like, for example,
bro.
Sylvester Stallone, he's making a TV show where he's a guy who was in the mob, went to jail for 25 years, did his time. The mob want to reward him by giving him his own kind of like outfit in it, but they send him to Oklahoma instead of New York. So he has to kind of look after the mob in Oklahoma and stuff like that, in Kansas City, and that kind of stuff. There's gonna be a TV show about that. That kind of sounds a bit interesting, even though it's like the 30s.
I'm not even a little bit intrigued.
Swear down.
By what you just said. I swear.
Sylvester Stallone, gangster, mob. Politics.
What years? When is it?
1930s.
Definitely not.
Black Wall Street.
I'm okay.
I might do,
Come on.
Wait, Black Wall Street?
Yeah.
But then the ending to that is sad as well in itself.
Right. Well, you're right. Goddamn.
Like, remember did you watch Watchmen, the show? With Regina King. Never watched? You never watched it?
Of course I watched it.
Oh, okay. The beginning when they show Black Wall Street and.
By the way, like I paused.
I was surprised at how
I paused that 4 times. No word of a lie. It took me so long to get through it.
Yeah.
I was so upset.
A lot of people don't even know about that as well, man. It's quite surprising, man. But
yeah, so many people don't know about that.
It was interesting.
So many people don't know about their own history, man. You know what I mean?
But yeah, no, Stallone is not someone I'm running to watch, bro.
Is it?
Stallone!
He's a big name. Come on, bro. He's a huge
big name is not enough to get a watch, bro.
Come on, bro. Like the reason why Severance interested me, because like Subz was talking about watching Severance, is because John Turturro's in it, bro.
He's a bad boy.
John Turturro.
He's a rude boy.
You know what I mean? Christopher Walken's in it as well.
He's a rude boy. That's who he is, man.
But anyway, man, what are we getting into today?
What's up, guys?
Oh,
welcome to
I Can't Lie podcast.
Like, subscribe, comment.
Thanks for joining us
you didn't sound
again.
Confident there, man.
We say?
You didn't sound confident with that one.
Sorry, man.
I can't lie.
But you saw my welcome back though.
Podcast maybe.
You saw, hey guys. You saw that?
Yeah.
That was alright.
That was energetic.
That was alright. Yeah.
That was energetic. Oh,
Yeah, we're trying to. What happened?
Don't leave him hanging.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Goodness
Sorry,
me.
I thought you were resting. You
Oh.
just look too cool.
So I rest
sometimes,
like
isn't it?
this,
Yeah,
right?
He's rest like that, yeah?
Rest like this.
Yeah, but I think we're calling this one therapy session, man.
Is it? We're getting into, guys.
Little therapy
I think
session,
we're-
yeah. Oh God, I haven't had one of these conversations in a long time, man.
Yeah, man. No, I think it's important that people, or men in particular, have a space or an opportunity to speak on certain experiences in life. Have being able to do so comfortably and confidently as well.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times, like, people just talk and they say, yeah, men should feel comfortable doing this, but no one actually does it themselves.
Yeah.
So if you're preaching that, then do it. You know what I'm trying to say? So obviously with this episode, like, we were talking about doing an episode where we speak about sort of a challenging or tough time in our life, where sort of what difficulties did we experience, how did it affect us, whether it's, you know, negatively, positively, did we have support at the time, and how did we get out of it, you know? And yeah, so just covering different things, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Basically talk about some stuff we don't really talk about.
That we don't really talk about,
Yeah.
you know. And
I think men actively try not to talk about these things as well.
Why is that?
Why is it?
Why is that?
They don't want to be made. Kind of touched upon this like a couple episodes ago. You just don't want to be vulnerable, innit? You just don't want to.
Some of it is the way you've been brought up and the things you've seen about how men shouldn't be.
Yeah. Men should be strong.
Men
this
should
kind of
always,
stuff.
and stuff like that.
Men
So
shouldn't show vulnerability, stuff like that.
I think subconsciously that's always in the back of your head, isn't it? So
And then it's kind of weird when you hear women like they want to see vulnerability, but then at the same time, do they want to really see their man crying?
oh Lord,
Stuff like that.
No, but that's a no.
this brother's mad.
No, but that's a good point though.
It's true though.
That's a good
No.
point, because you know what's crazy, yeah? Like, I think a lot of women are like, yeah, like, we want to see that side to our man. And I think it's kind of like, really, you don't just want to see something you ain't seen before. But when it happens, because it's like, let's be real, like,
Not all women.
not all
By the way.
women, not all women.
And
But,
this is
That
their
goes without
views.
saying. Come on.
but yeah, that goes without saying. But the thing is, like,
I was worried.
I think it's the fact that there may be, yeah, bro. It's the
I'm sorry. Go.
I think it's the fact that they're intrigued. If they come across a guy and they're like, you know what, I want to see that side to him. I want to experience that once. And then women go off on a rant about, like, you know, men need to be more vulnerable. Cry whenever you need to cry. Vent when you need to want to vent. But for me, like, I think, mandem, there's limits to this. Trust me.
Yeah, there is.
Trust me, there's limits.
I think most good-hearted girls do actually, like, if they got love for you, they don't mind seeing you, like, yo, like, be vulnerable with me, innit? Like, express yourself, cry if you need to, whatever, innit? But there is a section of girls as well, women, that would say it's cool, be vulnerable, and you can cry, but not too much.
Not too much.
Wait,
Like, there's a limit on it.
they'll
Do you
get
know what I'm
turned off
trying to say?
completely, yeah.
And how do you know what that limit is?
Exactly.
bro?
So in my head, I'm like, I'm not even gonna go there.
Yeah, exactly. So you just don't go there in the first place.
Because your limit, everyone's limit is different. Your limit could be 2 times. And in my head, I'm thinking, I'm on my second time crying. I'm just at the start. I'm just getting started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is,
But it's not just women though. Like, do you not cry in front of your parents, for example, or anything like that? Obviously, your mum's a woman, but I'm just saying, like, it's not just like your significant other or whatever. Like, do you cry in front of your parents too, or whatever it is? So it's not just a woman thing. It's just you've been brought up a certain way. We've heard certain things, and we just don't act that way, innit? Most of us.
but I think it goes both ways, you know? Like, we've been brought up a certain way as men, whereby it's like, don't show what society deems as a weakness, which is you being vulnerable. And then also from a woman's perspective, they may have grown up sort of being told that men are they're a rock, basically. They're tough. They don't cry, they don't show emotion, they just get on with shit. You know, so that's how they've maybe grown up to see it. But with all, like, saying all of that, like, for me anyways, I think it's tough, innit? Like I think I could do better to express myself, but I've always got that at the back of my head where I'm like, am I expressing too much?
Well, mate, I am sensitive. I'm gonna tell you that straight up.
Is it?
I am sensitive. Whatever emotion is, it's gonna hyper. I think Subz might have been the first person to tell me I'm a sensitive nigga, bro. I think it's in like
No,
school
but
time.
you wear your heart on your sleeve.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
I'm an emotional guy, bro.
Yeah,
so
I'm the same as well.
it just happens, bro. I can't help it, innit?
Yeah.
That's just how it is. Obviously, I don't cross the line or nothing like that. It's nothing
Yeah.
like that. But I am like, it's just hyper. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
How are you like with sharing? Because emotion is one thing and sharing is another thing.
Yeah.
How are you guys with like sharing?
My wife knows pretty much everything about me.
But
like, I think literally everything.
but she knows pretty much everything about it. But how comfortable are you sharing on those days where you wake up in the morning and you're not feeling 100? Are you just gonna go and tell her that, or are you gonna?
No, I might not go just off the rip, just tell her that. There might be something that triggers me to tell her that, or she might say something that she might tell me to tell her or something. But I don't feel uncomfortable telling her, innit?
Okay.
The thing is like what gets me to telling her. It's not whether I can tell her or not, innit? Because I can tell her, innit? It's not a problem for me.
Yeah.
Because I know with her, I'm not really going to be judged or anything like that.
Of course, yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? And even if it's something that's funny, even if she laughs, I don't really care because it's her, innit? Like, and she's been vulnerable with me, innit? So it works both ways. So like, I can't really like complain. Like, she's been way more vulnerable with me than I have ever been with her.
Okay.
So I can't just be like, let me
But
not. I have to reciprocate that back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
But
trying
at
to
the
say?
same time, like, don't you guys think about like the fact, do I really want to put all my baggage on someone? Do I really want to put that on someone?
It's
Type
not
thing,
baggage. It's not like.
Or like, if it's something that's really heavy, do I really want to like burden someone with that?
But that's the thing. If you have problems now, especially as married couples, it's kind of both your problems. If she has a problem, it's both our problem. If I have a problem, she's gonna make it a thing where it's her problem too, whether I want her to or not.
Do you know what? Especially if
Do you know
it's
what I'm trying
something
to say?
heavy that you mentioned, the heavy things, bro. When you live with someone and you see them a lot, you can tell when something's up.
Yeah.
So especially if something's heavy, you need to talk about it, because that heaviness is going to affect your marriage too.
Okay.
At the same time, it's like a knock-on effect. My problem isn't the heaviness. My problem is the day-to-day stuff. I can't, in my head, I'm just like, I don't want to. One thing I don't like, and I'm not saying this isn't a reflection on my missus, because she's never made me feel this way, but it's just me, something for myself is growing up, which is like, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining too much or I'm moaning constantly. So I'll be real with you, bro. There's not like, it's not for me, it's like I don't wake up every day happy, bro, or over the moon or whatever. There's some times where I don't know what's wrong.
Sometimes I don't even. Sometimes I don't even want to talk to no one.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I don't even want to talk, and sometimes I don't even want to like talk to her. But it's not personal to her. It's just I don't want to talk.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
yeah,
and it's just like Subz said, it's something that you don't know what the reason is. It's just something you can't explain. And I know they go through the same stuff too, because they like have moments where it's like, I don't know what's wrong with me. It's just something's wrong with me. Like
Subz, you know what you mentioned there. Sometimes you just wake up like not knowing what's wrong. Like the bit of kind of self-growth I've had recently is trying to understanding, identifying what that is. And I've kind of, for me personally, I've identified it as that sometimes I wake up, I'm upset, I'm worried, I'm anxious. And what that kind of all comes down to is I have to do something I don't want to do, or I'm kind of dreading doing, like more of like it's something that I have to do and I'm dreading doing it. Maybe I have to kind of talk to someone or deal with someone I don't want to deal with, for example, stuff like that. And I'm like, and that kind of just kind of weighs on me and stuff like that. And I'm generally someone who kind of like worries a lot. Like I worry like so much. I constantly,
especially now, bro.
I think about all the different permutations of a scenario and how all the different ways it can go in it. And I'm someone who's
we overthink
too much. I'm very before I was a very pessimistic person and stuff like that. Like I always kind of thought the worst of people and stuff like that.
Is it?
That was a really, really bad kind of like mindset that I had. But now I'm trying to be more of like an optimistic pessimist, where like okay, I may still have these kind of like harbor these feelings, stuff like that, but I try to think the best of people.
Give them a
you know what I'm
chance.
saying?
Like,
Try to be the benefit of that, stuff like that.
yeah.
Like, but again, does it always happen? No. But at least I'm trying, stuff like that. But yeah, I just identifying, like, sometimes I'm just anxious, I'm sad and stuff like that, and I'm trying to think, all right, why am I? I'm just trying to reverse engineer it. Why am I like this right now? Stuff like that. But then there are days where I wake up, I'm just happy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. For me, like, even, I think it's that identifying. But sometimes me identifying it is just simply, I just need time to just have nothing going on in my head. It's like a reset. That's maybe what I need. It's like when you said you don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
It's not a reflection. I'm not pissed off at you.
Yeah.
I'm not pissed off at you. I'm not pissed off at you. You lot may call me if I'm in that moment and I don't answer because it's just like one of them ones where you lot ain't done me no wrong.
Yeah.
But it's just I need to reset right now.
Yep.
I just need to recharge. That's what it is.
Yeah, sometimes there's no solution to
There's
the
no
problem,
solution.
or there's like there might not even be a problem. You just feel that way, but it's just, it doesn't need anything but just some time.
And I think that's why in those moments I don't want to talk, because I think naturally, if you said to me, Subz, I'm just feeling like thing and I don't want to talk to anyone, naturally my response is trying to identify,
What's the
trying
problem?
to help. What's the problem? What's this?
Yeah.
You don't want that from me in that moment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think the other thing is as well, which really helped me, my missus, is us actually talking about what we need in those moments. So for her, it was just like, listen, like if I'm going through something, like, and I'm venting to you, like I'm naturally someone, I just try to find like a solution.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take that problem away from you. And to her, it was like, don't find a solution for me. Just listen. That's it. Let me vent. If I need you to do something, I'll let you know. But other than that, just vent. For me, it was just one of them ones where I turned around and said to listen, I'm not mad at you. If I am mad at you, I'll definitely express that. But just give me time. Leave me.
I have to be honest though. Do you know what annoys me about that? Is that they don't always let us know.
Yes.
They don't always let us know. Even though they say, if I need something, I'll let you know. They don't always let us know. There are times where they just expect.
Just read the mind.
Yeah, and I'm just... I think that's my biggest struggle. Because I get this, I've had the same tick. I don't need you to fix it. Just listen, innit? How was I meant to know I was meant to just listen?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? And then in these other moments, how am I meant to know I'm meant to help and not just listen? So those ones are tough, but you know, that's.
I think with that, it's like maybe having certain cues or certain questions that would prompt. Like, do you want my opinion in this moment? Or do you want my advice? Or do you want my help in this moment? Or do you want me to just listen? If you're like unclear, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's me talking about like, I'm not in this situation. It's very different when you're in the conversation and you're taking on all of this information. It's very easy after the conversation to think, I should have said this, I should have said that. But
have you ever vented just for someone to listen?
No.
I don't think I've done that either.
No.
I don't think so either.
I think I'll only tell you my problem if either I need help from you, or if if you're expecting something from me and I can't fulfill it.
Oh yeah, I get
and
it.
I'm telling you, like, I actually have.
Is
Now I
it?
think about it, specifically about work stuff.
And
Who's
who's your
listener?
who's your
Anyone?
Good friend of ours.
okay
Huh?
captain the captain, man. The captain, man.
I know
who
who
you're
he's talking about.
Yeah. Good listener, by the way, I have to say.
Yeah.
I bounced off him a couple of times before.
Wait, then you're doing it then?
Nah, but like, I mean, the thing for me,
Do you do it to get opinions sometimes too?
I'm talking about, but he's looking at me like
Are we talking about the same person? I'm trying to think.
the person that doesn't even have a smartphone. Yeah. He's got a smartphone, but he ain't patterned it up yet. It's been sitting there for 6 weeks. Yeah. No, but I mean, like, for me, I categorize things, innit? If I'm frustrated about work and that's not deep to me.
Yeah.
Like, as in, that's a small stress. If I'm really going through some shit in life, that's a big stress. But what I'm saying is, like, I've spoken to that person. Even like we just called each other, yo, we saying you good this, and it just ends up being a venting session. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like by the end of it, 45 minutes has gone by. We both feel good, safe.
Yeah.
And he's so abrupt with ending the call as well. Like he'll be saying some shit like, yeah, by the way, this is that. Anyway, safe, man, safe.
Yeah. Oh, bruv. It's so true.
And can I tell you something? And bro, let me know if I'm right. Yeah. But I think our guy does that because he's at a point now where he's like, I don't want to be venting too much.
That's probably true.
Let me shut it down, bro. Let me know if you're watching this. Let me know if I'm right. He might hate me for saying that. Yeah. But in my head, I'm just like, nah, bro, continue. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so
I get. See, I've done that with you. Like, I've called you, yo, fam, blah 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 has happened or whatever. This that. But it's like, it's just maybe to get your opinion. I don't know if I've ever vented for someone to just listen. But that's kind of what therapy is, though, innit? Because they don't give you answers. They just you just vent. Or they ask you questions and then they let you figure it out, kind of thing.
By the way, therapy is a
which
weird
the
one.
concept sounds like a bump.
Let's go into that.
The concept sounds like a bump to me, even though it works. But when someone explains it to me, it sounds like such a bump. It's like, I'm just gonna be here to ask questions.
Yeah.
And then you figure it out.
Yeah.
It's like, because then I think, what am I paying you for then, bro?
But, do you know what I think it is? I think we have the answers.
We do.
We just need.
We can't confront
questions. It. So right now, if I come to you, or if I come to you, Hash, and I say, "Yo, bro, I've gone through X, Y, and Z," you lot might be like, "Raw, like, what you can do about it?" You know what I mean? Whereas the therapists are gonna ask me certain questions. Yeah. That's gonna unlock certain doors that I didn't even know were there that have answers in them.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So,
but also with therapy, like with like any kind of like mental kind of aspect to kind of health and stuff like that, you're meant to be like at the start either be like kind of sick and then get better kind of things. There has to be some kind of beginning and end.
Yeah.
But with therapy, the way I've seen therapy, like there's people that have therapists and they talk to a therapist for years. Like 10 years, decades, stuff like that. Yeah. Like, but isn't therapy, you're meant to kind of get all the tools to kind of deal with kind of the problems that you had from the past.
No, but it's not always that. Some people are just like, oh, I've had a bad day today at work and this happened and that happened and like, how did that make you feel? And why
shouldn't the therapist be able to arm you with tools to be able to kind of, for you to kind of be able to deal with that yourself?
I disagree with that.
I don't think it ever ends though.
So I'll tell you why, Hash.
Go on.
Because we, as humans, it's in our nature. The social aspect is in our nature. The communicating with one another is always in our nature.
Yeah.
Certain people may not have people in their life that they can talk to.
Yeah.
So I think no matter, even if you know how to deal with stress, let's be real, we all need to talk at some point. Do you know what I mean? And certain people genuinely don't have people in their life that they don't have proper friends. Certain people don't have people in their life that they trust. Or some people have people in their life, but they have trust issues. So
and this person's completely unbiased.
And this person's unbiased, and they're like, they're
taking an oath and stuff. Yeah, I know.
It's like no way this person can hurt me because
it's a safe space.
It's a safe space. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
I get why someone would talk to a therapist for longer than like 10 plus years.
For me, that's crazy.
It is mad, and like I said, the concept does sound mad, but therapy works for some people, innit?
Do you know what's crazy? Okay, so. Do you know why?
How can it work? You say it works, but like you're talking to someone for more than 10 years.
Yeah.
About yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you're saying, but your initial thought was that therapy was for something for things that happened in the past that are affecting me now. But I don't think it's always that.
Yeah.
It's things that could happen today. That I need to talk to my therapist about. Some people just call their therapist on the fly, like, yo, blah blah blah. You know what I'm trying to say? This happened. Like,
but isn't it a sign of the fact that they haven't got the tools within themselves to be able to deal with that situation? Why do they have to go to an external body? Why can't
they're not medicine. They're just unlocking your mind a bit.
The thing is, though, I think it's the aspect of just.
It's not something that heals you like completely. Like I don't think it's not like
we have therapy sessions in our day to day. We don't even realize it. When you call our boy.
Yeah.
And you say, yo, I'm vexed about this, that. Yeah. That's a therapy session.
It's true.
You're venting, he's listening.
Even when I call you about stuff and stuff, you two and stuff like that, and I'm just complaining about something.
I'm complaining this, and it's like, that's a therapy session, bro. You're letting out. You've got things built up inside you, and that's going to happen every day of your life, or continually, basically, in your life. We're always going to have problems. We're always going to be happy. We're always going to be sad. We're always going to need to vent. We're going to need to take it out, right? And it's one of them ones where, let's say right now,
what if you have a traumatic experience?
Let's say right now, yeah, me and you, like, let's say we're not as close as we are. Yeah, we're friends, but we're not as close. When I speak to you, Hash, yeah, it's like I can only tell Hash certain things.
Yeah.
Because we're on a certain level, or this or that. The therapist, I can say whatever, because we're not tied down. You're not going to judge me because we're not friends. At the end of the day, yeah. So you're completely like just. So I can literally fully open up 100%.
Yeah.
Like, and let everything out. Whereas with certain friends, you might be like, you know what? Let me leave certain details out because I might look a certain way. You might be overthinking.
Yeah.
So,
I hear what you're saying, but like, for example, let's use like anger, for example.
Yeah.
Like, a therapist should be able to give you enough tools for you to be able to deal with situation day to day. Now, I take the point that sometimes you may have to call them up and stuff like that to say, oh, this happened and stuff like that, which is kind of completely different to kind of all the kind of parameters that you taught me and stuff like that. How do I deal with this? Then the therapist, if they're a good therapist, should be able to kind of tell you, kind of give you like, help you to kind of like understand and navigate different scenarios, stuff like that, to the point where you should be able to kind of like go through life with all the tools that you've learned from the past with your therapist, and you've kind of gone through all that kind of stuff, and then be able to kind of go forward in life, live your life with the tools that you have now, and not have to kind of rely on someone else, kind of thing. For me, the big thing is it kind of feels like relying. Like, for example, like last year I had a thing that happened to me, and I kind of spoke to you about stuff like that, and that was really, really good for me because I was able to kind of like unpack it and stuff like that, and like kind of like realize what had happened and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was good, innit? And for me, once I had that, I knew kind of what happened, what I needed to do, stuff like that. And then going forward, I know, okay, I'm not going to put myself in that situation again. You know what I'm saying?
But if something similar happens to you again, are you going to be like, oh, because it happened to me before and I spoke to someone about it,
I'm in a better place to deal with it.
Yeah,
I
but
think.
So you can 100% say right now you won't call anyone. You can't say that. That's what I'm saying.
But the other thing is as well, Hash, is we're not. I don't want to put all the blame on the therapist if that person isn't equipped to deal with it, because you can tell me, Subz, when you go through a situation, breathe in, breathe out, do this, do that. You've given me the tools.
Yeah.
But when I'm in that moment, the pressure, shit, like I'm not carrying out the things that you taught me.
Yeah.
That's on me now. I need to come back to you and say, Hash, I failed at this. Can we talk again? And maybe it's going to require a couple of years for me to learn, because maybe I've been in this pattern for 20, 30 years, and a year isn't going to just make me unlearn everything. I need time. I need to break it down. It needs to be a journey rather than just
That's a good point.
I do kind of wonder what I've wondered this for a long time. If I ever go to therapy, I'm not gonna go to therapy. I'm just saying, if I go to therapy, I wonder what things from my childhood have affected me now in a super positive or super negative way. It'll be interesting to know that.
I've without going into detail, I've tried therapy before.
Is it?
What type? I can't go into detail.
Oh, okay.
But
you just said that.
Out of curiosity, innit? Because in my head, I was like, I've seen so many people online, and it wasn't even like I wasn't in a like bad place, if that makes sense. But I was just like, you know what? Like, maybe I can further improve how my life is in a moment. Let me test this out, and you'd be so flipping surprised, man.
Is it?
Like, from back in the day, things that you thought were totally irrelevant, it makes sense to you.
But that's the thing. And that's what people say. Like, stuff that I didn't think
that you didn't think
mattered
about.
at all.
And the thing is,
played
like,
such a huge impact.
The thing is, Hash. I'm saying Hash because I need to convince him, not you, bro. But the thing is, Hash. It's all about somebody asking the right questions.
Okay.
And the right questions is what takes you to a certain place and makes you think. So
I think maybe on the reasons why I'm so kind of like averse to it and kind of like pushing back on it so much is because like I've tried like throughout the probably last, I want to say 10 years now, to try and understand kind of my psychology better, stuff like that. The reason why I think the way I think, innit? Because I look at, like, I'll give you an example. I look at my friends, I look at my friend group, and I'm so different. I feel like I'm different in quite a lot of ways in terms of even like the way I speak, the things I like. Like, they're not fundamentally like crazily different, but you know what I mean? But they're different to a point where it's kind of like, it's noticeable.
I don't see that.
Like, for example, like the way
you may see that because you may be self-conscious about
is it?
Yeah.
But it's better for someone on the outside to tell you whether they see it. I don't see that.
Let me say it out loud. In terms of the way I speak, stuff like that. Because someone pointed out to me a while ago, because like someone said, you have like a really like extensive vocabulary, stuff like that. And there's times where
you speak proper.
There's times where I do try and kind of not code switch per se.
Yeah.
But like try to kind of like, because like for example, I'll give
you try to code switch.
Like when I'm with my cousins in Stockwell in Brixton, I notice I talk in a different way compared to how I talk with my friends.
Brother, you don't I went back home yesterday to iftar and I was in house walking around. I found myself walking different, bro. I'm moving different, bro.
You don't understand, bro.
You have like it happens.
It's a normal thing. But am I just in my head now?
But the thing is that I think you have to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I think that's a skill.
Those are my tools you need.
The thing is, bro, like right now, like when I go, if you don't see me when I'm abroad, when I don't perceive anybody to be a threat, like I was in Turkey, I don't perceive anybody to be a threat. I don't think anyone's gonna come and try something on me, whatever, this or that. Bro, I was flipping polite. You wouldn't recognize me. I was the loveliest guy. I was skipping, bro, down the road and shit. Yeah,
this guy's taking videos with random people.
Bro. But you put me in somewhere like Harlesden.
Yeah,
I'm anti.
Bro, I'm telling you, like,
do you know what I mean?
If I'm walking in my area now, I'm walking normally, right? Yeah. When I'm in Harlesden, I'm lifting up my trousers, looking around. You know what I'm trying to say? It's different, and I'm not even a confrontational person like that or anything. I'm just. But it's just I don't know what it is.
It's the switch, bro. You have to be able to switch. And then you're at work and you're different.
Yeah.
Hey, if you not caught me at work. Yeah. Hey.
Who is this guy?
Let me tell you something, yeah. If you just had audio of me at work, you would not notice me.
Yeah.
You wouldn't notice me. Impossible.
Yeah.
Impossible.
So it's not just me, basically. Like, everyone has these kind of things, isn't it?
Yeah. Work people watch this podcast, they're like, oh. You sound different. I'm like, but for me, I'm honest, innit? I said to him, listen, I'm very different outside of work. I'll be honest with you, lot. I'm a different person, innit?
I think
like,
I don't know, actually most people are now.
I have to be professional, you know what I'm trying to say? But outside of work, I'm just, no rules. But,
I think,
But Hash, I got a challenge. Sorry, go on.
I just think you're a bit self-conscious about it. I don't like, there's things that we like that are the same.
Yeah.
There's things that you like with the man with no smartphone that are exactly the same. There's, like, do you know what I'm saying? It's just different. It's just different things. Like, I can't talk about, for example, I don't know, boxing and stuff like that with all the man them. I can only talk about that with you and Subz, maybe that guy.
And the guy with the brick phone.
Yeah. So it's like, it's just different.
Ash, I've got a challenge for you. So we can wrap up the. Have you got?
We didn't even talk about our tough moments.
I know.
You know.
But obviously, we need to wrap it up, innit?
We do. But
Before we wrap it up, Hash, I want to give you a challenge, bro. Okay. And I don't give you this challenge to, like, banter or laugh about this stuff. But I genuinely think that this could be, like...
Good for me.
Good for you.
Okay.
I challenge you, some point over the summer, so no rush.
Yeah.
Take on 3 therapy sessions. Give it a try. What is the worst that can happen? What is the worst? Can you lose anything? Is there anything you can lose?
No, but again, I think like I was saying before, like in my kind of exploration to kind of like understand myself in like the last 10 years, like I kind of like know per se where the bodies are buried. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not about finding where the bodies are buried.
Have you confronted those bodies?
No. You know what I mean? Do I want to do that? No. You know what I mean?
I don't think anyone wants to, bro.
So the thing is, what I'm saying is if you can't lose anything and you know where the bodies are buried, then worst case scenario, you walk into that session with things that you know already. You get nothing out of it. You've not lost anything. Nothing's changed.
Okay.
So why would you? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
If you know where the bodies are buried, you know you figured out the last 10 years how your mind works and how your experiences
I haven't
have
like
shaped
100%
you.
figured it out.
Not 100% figured out, but you've given it a great thought.
Yeah.
Surely a random person cannot change anything.
That's a good point. No, I'll take you up on that. What's the worst could happen?
What's the worst that can happen? I will remind you, and I will. The thing is, I will even help out, and I'll find someone. And I just want to know your experience, because I know with him, he's very like, he's open. I think he'd be open to something like therapy.
I'm not doing it.
But you're not doing it, but you'd be open. Like right now, if I said to you, Mo, boom, I booked you one, you'd think, F it, let me just tell you.
I did it. Yeah.
So I want, but I know with you, Hash, you're like a no-go. But I want, the thing is, like personally, like the thing is, bro, the reason why I say this is because I feel like in life, we just have to do some shit that we never do as Mandan. That out of our comfort zone.
Bro, we've been through a lot, man.
Out of our
Sometimes
comfort
you gotta
zone.
unpack these things.
You know? And why don't we try out new things in life? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Why not?
But 20 years down the line, you can turn around and say,
look what we're doing right now. You know what I'm saying?
I mean?
We're basically, we're having our own therapy, but we need to continue this because there's more like...
There's more,
Definitely more we can
Yeah.
unpack about this, innit? So
Yeah, we should have gone into examples, but
there's a few examples out there, so
We can definitely go into in future episodes, so don't worry.
maybe we'll continue this soon, definitely.
But until then, please, like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say it, favorite and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Leave those comments in there. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Leave good reviews. You know what I'm saying? 5-star reviews, not good reviews. 5-star reviews. You know what I'm saying? Let's get ourselves up there in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying?
It's an important conversation, lads.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's good that we had it, man.
You know what I mean? Also, I'm going to put out there.
I'm proud of you because you didn't want to do this.
No, thank you.
I'm proud, bro.
I'm proud of you, bro.
Love how you put me out on Front Street.
I'm proud because we didn't even get into the actual
The
stuff
nitty-gritty,
that because some said in the beginning like what's a challenge or whatever. We didn't even get into that, and I was gonna go deep. That's what I'm saying.
No, we can go deeper.
I was gonna go into the deeper, but it's okay, man. We'll do it in a future episode. So
yeah, man. But thanks for joining us.
Right. Peace.
Till next time. Peace.